Think your brain is broken? Truth is, it just might be. Mine was. I I thought my senior moments were normal aging. I thought my gradual decline was inevitable. And when I hit my late 50s, I thought my early Alzheimer's symptoms were irreversible. Wrong. Wrong on all counts. In mere months, I brought my brain back. And if you're wondering whether there's hope for you, there is. Before we go any further, let me warn you, this is not your usual wellness advice because it goes against everything we've been taught about health, everything we've been taught about food and aging. But facing the truth, finding the truth and facing the lies saved my life. So if you're brave enough to question what we've been told, you might just save yours too. Now, my sainted mother suffered from Alzheimer's. So when I struggled with a career I loved, teaching, I knew the jig was up. I was missing weekly meetings. I could not follow conversations. Once I found myself driving without knowing where I had been or where I was going. It was a scary time. And that's just a very brief sampling of my deficits. There were many. And my doctor agreed. My symptoms were concerning. I didn't need a diagnosis to understand what she meant. I packed up my classroom, walked out with a box of books and a mind I no longer trusted. I retired early, scared, ashamed, and convinced I was only going to get worse. After all, I had just witnessed my mom's long goodbye. So now what? The truth was, I did not trust myself even to wait tables or stock shelves. How could I learn a new skill? More than anything, I was determined to slow the rate of my decline. My daughters were not yet married. I had to hang on long enough to enjoy my grandchildren when, God willing, they arrived. I knew there was no cure for Alzheimer's, and I knew no pill ever helped my sainted mother. I knew that dementia was progressive. Or was it? That summer, with time on my hands, I started reading everything I could on the topic, not out of optimism, but out of desperation. I looked into the Mind Diet, which claims to improve cognitive function through a Mediterranean-like diet. Interesting. So I studied up on the Mediterranean diet. I studied up on diet and nutrition in general. I studied up on the brain. Could food really make a difference? Oh, I doubted. I did not believe. But I hoped. And that hope was enough for me to make the decision. I decided I would change my diet. Later, after the holidays, I wanted my last hurrah. I wanted my last bite of Christmas cake. And why rush into restriction and deprivation and misery when honestly I expected nothing much? But again, I was wrong. January arrived and I begrudgingly gave up my pasta and potatoes. I cleared my kitchen of all ultra-processed foods. No sugar, flour, seed oils, additives, just real food, what you might call ingredients. Eggs, meat, cheese, onions. I wasn't expecting miracles, but as they say on SpongeBob, a few moments later, that's a terrible accent, I'm sorry. And it wasn't moments, it was months, but a few months later, I noticed something. I wasn't leaving the stove burners on anymore. I wasn't getting lost driving anymore. Could it be my brain was coming back online? Good food hadn't just slowed the decline, good food had reversed it. So if you are feeling that same fog and confusion and struggle, that shame, that fear, listen, I know how scary that feels. You think you are on an irreversible slope. So your brain might indeed be broken, but it doesn't have to stay that way. You can rebuild her. We have the technology, and it's called food. Food is the most powerful medicine most people never try. When you eat for nutrition first and forego the addicting ultra-processed foods, you begin to heal both your body and your mind. That's my story. It's one with a happy ending, and I think it could be yours. Am I back in the classroom again? Nah, that ship has sailed. But I am teaching again right here on Strong, Wise, Good. I like to talk about what to eat and why, so people new to a clean, low-carb diet and find their way to better health and begin to trust their brains again. So when you're ready for better health, I'll be here to lend a hand. Are you subscribed? Because I think your brain deserves better. Thank you for your time today. Please, let's all stay strong, wise, kind, and good. Choose good food for good health.